Daily Delivery Debate, topic number 2. And by the way, when I texted you these on Tuesday, you replied, "These are all to bait me." You thought I was just like intentionally like pulling you into an argument you didn't want to have.
No, I didn't mind having these arguments, but I just saw a couple subjects there. I was like, okay, he's going to put me on a spot here. That's why I wore the Chicago Bears sweatshirt to this thing.
Definitely the third one, which we'll get to in a minute. The second one, money aside. Now, we know that bang for the buck right now, Sam Darnold is playing quite well for a quarterback. I would say you're getting more from Sam Darnold for $10 million than you are from Kirk Cousins for $45 million, whatever the average value of his 4-year contract, really two-year contract with the Falcons is. That said, flat out, and I get that Monday night was better for Kirk. He played the role of the hero, even though Philadelphia gifted him that opportunity, both with their boneheaded decisions and their awful prevent defense. Right now, money aside, would you rather have on the Vikings? Would you rather have Sam Darnold or Kirk Cousins quarterbacking you this season?
Now, does that mean going into the future with these two, or just at the present?
Let's just this season. How about just this season?
What Kevin O'Connell has done with Sam Darnold is very impressive. He looks like a more capable quarterback through the first 2 games of the season. I'd like to see him sustain this going forward because he has failed at 3 places while taking this path to Minnesota. That said, just because his track record overall makes you skeptical, it's hard for me to go with him right now as the guy, just because he hasn't done it enough. And I can't get fired up off of 2 games in the regular season. That brings me to Kirk Cousins.
Yes.
Mr. Do you like it? Mr. Calamity Kirk.
You like that?
Yeah. Well, when the pocket's clean and he's not moved off his spot, he can make throws. And Philadelphia allowed him to do that in Monday Night Football. He's a capable guy. He can spread the ball around. He's very accurate. He's not really mobile, but he's going to put up numbers. He's got enough there with the Falcons to put up some good numbers behind center. The Achilles, I'd have to worry about that. I noticed how often he was in a shotgun on Monday, probably trying to keep him from moving around too much on that leg. That's probably going to be a focal point of defenses going forward. But I trust Kirk to get the ball out of his hands and to make plays. So trying to compare those two right now, I still would take Kirk just because if it was midseason and Sam was doing what he's been doing, I may feel differently. But after 2 games, I got to wait and see more from him. So I'll take Kirk Cousins.
I think that's fair. The one thing I would say is for me, it's close to a push right now, just seeing what Darnold's doing. I know it's just 2 games. I know we got excited about Josh Dobbs last year, the Pastronaut. He got a nickname after like a good game and a half, and then everything fell apart. So yeah, let's be careful on this. But the thing that Darnold is doing that Cousins could never do is giving them enough shiftiness in the pocket, getting out on the run. He had like runs of like 14 and 18 yards the other day against San Francisco. Cousins could never really do that. He maybe had a few moments like that, but it was like a genuine surprise. He would pull it out like once a year. Darnold is making what I think is an improved offensive line, maybe one of the best offensive line they've had for a while. He's making them look even better because he can slide in the pocket better than Cousins ever could, and he can get out and run better than Cousins ever could. So he adds a dimension to this team that I just don't think you were ever going to get from Kirk Cousins. You're kind of limited. You knew how to play within Kirk Cousins' limits when he was here, but you were very limited when he was here. So you give me 2 more weeks of this, not a full half season, not a full season. Give me 2 more weeks of this, and I might just say flat out Sam Darnold. Right now, it's a push for the money. Absolutely Sam Darnold at this moment, though.
Well, you can ask this question again next week after the Houston game, because that's going to be a good test, because you're going to have major head-to-head matchups with the Vikings bookend tackles against Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter. And trust me, Danielle Hunter told the Houston Texans all the tendencies of the Chicago Bears lineman based on his time playing against him. And I'm sure he's given everybody a dossier on what to expect from the Vikings on Sunday. So that's going to be a great matchup, those edge rushers against the Vikings tackles, and see if Darnold is able to get rid of the ball and make plays in the pocket and against that group.
You feel like you need half a year of Darnold before you're sold? Is that about right?
Yeah, give me 6 or 7 games, and I may feel differently, but it's encouraging what I'm seeing here. Other thing too, are we sure Jefferson's going to play Sunday?
I think we'll know more pretty soon this week. It sounded O'Connell sounded good on Monday. Made it sound like Jefferson was feeling a lot better. I'm thinking too, like the way he was talking about it, the injury wasn't as serious as they thought. It's more of a contusion, and the way he talks about Jefferson basically being like, this is a guy who doesn't have to practice all week and could still be ready to go in a game. He's not worried about Justin Jefferson getting reps. That makes me think that they can play this out as long as they want to and not even have to see him practice on Friday and still feel like he could play potentially as long as the contusion was okay.
Okay, sounds good.